You've torn through the end of the game, and now it's time to finish things off with Horu. We just have a couple tricks left to finish the run, and the first one we're going to do is something called Door Warp. So after this cutscene that plays at the start of Horu, where Sign looks around and says something to the effect of, "Oh no, everything's on fire, we need to save it," the game will autosave at the end of this cutscene, and then we'll exit and reload the file. So if you were looking to actually do any rooms in Horu, this isn't the category for that. So we exit and reload. Now, on the first frame that the game loads in, you're going to press up to enter the door, leaving Horu, or so one might think. Now, the way to do this is, variable. You could either time it by the music, by the fade to black, or you can mash your buttons around that time to achieve the same kind of effect. People find different levels of success with varying methods. But if done correctly, this is what's going to happen. Go through the door, and instead of going outside Horu, the door is going to misfire and send you to the end of the dungeon instead. This is an interesting bug of all doors that you enter like this in the Definitive Edition. By entering them on the first frame that a file loads, they just send you somewhere that's wrong. And this one happens to send you somewhere very useful. The location for the door warp off of each door is fixed. So this one will always send you down here if you get the door warp. If you miss it, you'll end up outside of Horu, and then you can just reload the file and try again, because your save is still in the same place. So, carrying on, we're going to charge jump up here to start the final escape sequence. After you've clicked this, you can turn the UI back on if you want. I did for this video, so you can see your health and energy in the escape. And during this escape, it's very important that you don't take any damage, because the water at the end is still poisonous. This is what we needed all of that health for, is to get through this last part. So we'll just cruise through these first few rooms, making sure we avoid the flaming boulders and lava pillars and all that stuff. And now we're going to head down here. You can break this next wall with charge flame or charge dash or a wall charge jump, your choice really. I like charge flame. A lot of people like charge dash. Now here is an important moment in the run. If you only have 5 health, you need to manipulate these fish to let you get through the water, only taking 4 damage. The fish start swimming around the time that you're done with the lava pillar and lanterns part. So if I rewind it a bit, it's about, let's see, play it for a little bit further. It's around here that the fish begin to move. So your movement from this part to the water is what determines where the fish will be. If you have 6 health, like I do in this video, you don't really need to worry about it. But I did the setup in this video as if I had 5, so that I would get through with only taking 4 damage. And the key moment you're looking for is to hit the water at about the time that this first fish first turns to the left. If you took too long coming in here and this fish is already over to the left, you're likely going to take 5 damage in the water. Or if you rush over here fast, doing a bunch of charge dashes in this section, the fish will still be swimming to the right, and it will be difficult to get to it, only taking 2 damage first, and you'll probably take more than 4 damage in the water as a result of that. So I've done the setup correctly. The fish is turning just as I hit the water, and then I'll just take 2 damage as I go through. Bash off both of the fish, and as you can see, I have a spare extra health that I didn't need, but for safety's sake at the start, I would definitely recommend going with 6 health and toning it down to 5 health once you feel comfortable getting through that consistently. So now we have another trick coming up. Let me just advance the video a bit. Pause here. There's a trigger zone for Kuro spawning to come kill you in this last section. And it's pretty much a straight line, a box below me, directly below where Ori is right now. But it doesn't actually reach all the way up to the roof of this cave. So if you do this charge jump out the top, you go over the trigger box, and Kuro will never spawn, which is quite useful for us, because it lets you just go up the left side here like this. So if you see the bird coming to chase you at this point, you need to go over to the right, get in the safe zone to survive. But if you do it correctly, then you'll just be able to go straight up the left side, which is a little bit faster and obviously safer, because you don't have to worry about these flaming boulders as much, and there's no big bird coming to kill you. So now, at this point, if you want, you can just opt to bash on these last few falling rocks, go up to the right, and finish the run. But I'm going to show one last trick. This is an optional trick called grenade jump. And for details on this, I'll link to a guide on how to set up the position and what the inputs are and whatnot in the description. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because, like I said, this is an optional trick. This guide was just meant to focus on getting you through the run. So here's a grenade jump. It's a 1 frame input to fly like that, and the effect of it is it's going to skip half of the final cutscene. Things are going to glitch out a little bit, and then I'll become Naru at the end a little bit faster than you would normally. Now if you didn't get this, or if you just opted to go up normally, you'll just be sitting there watching a bit of a cutscene where Cyan flies over to the spirit tree and then Ori has to walk over there, but I just skipped that with a grenade jump. At this point in the game, whichever method you use, the fastest thing you can do to finish up is just hold right. So you're just in the victory lap, basically, cooling down, and time happens right when Naru passes behind this tree. So right there is the end of the run. With the auto splitter set up, this will do the final split for you, and you have completed your first run of Ori and the Blind Forest. Congratulations. So, I hope you enjoyed this guide and found it useful. If you have any questions or comments, welcome to post on any of the videos, I'll take a look, or come join the Ori Discord. There's a link to it on speedrun.com in the forums, I'm pretty sure. So, this has been Sigma, this has been Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. I hope to see you guys running. Take it easy.